being his 9 years. Durant and Arkansas. As a lifelong Wolf, Austin is very proud of the 3 state football championships he has been a part of. Player and coach in Davis. He has been very representing Ron Road was Sergeant Eddie Gillespie. Gillespie enlisted in the United States Air Force in June 1969 and served 44 months on active duty. He served on 2 tours of overseas duty, which included 1 year in Germany and 1 year in Thailand in support of the Vietnam War. Sergeant Gillespie grew up on a farm near Long Grove, where he attended grade school and high school and graduated the class of 1967. He was the captain of the basketball team, which was the first tournament. At high school, he been different moves place.
Well,
Interesting. It's almost like having 2 head coaches on the team. So that's a
option formation. It's a derivative of the wishbone itself. I expect to see lots of wishbone. I expect to see lots of flexbone, but I think Trey also likes to put the ball in the air a little bit. What do you think about that?
Well, if we get a little diversity out of it and it works, then I'm all for it.
Yep, that's exactly right. So looking forward to seeing what Trey and the team has to look forward to. So let's talk through some of the starting lineup. So just in looking at the offense, the one thing stands out to me, and we'll go through these players and see if the same thing stands out for you. So at quarterback this year, we're going with number 3, a senior, Cole Martin. He's 5'11", 187 pounds. Cole started off, he didn't start off as a starting quarterback last year, did he?
Correct, yeah. He was about the third option last year.
Yeah, the first kid got hurt, second kid Cole did a wonderful job, led him on that winning streak to end the season, and he's a very talented and gifted kid that I think will be a real strength for the offense this year.
Yeah, it'll be nice to have a returning signal caller there for the Wolves.
You bet. What I think is probably the deepest position on the field is the fullback position, and starting at fullback for the Wolves is going to be number 40, also a senior, Cooper Webb. He's 6'3", 285 pounds, and that gentleman has won a couple state championships in wrestling as well, so we know he delivers a punch.
Yeah, and the fullback position, it's a workhorse. Everything on the wishbone starts off with the fullback and then goes off it, and Cooper's size of speed at times, and we look for him to have a good season this year.
Then at halfback, we've got what I call the Parker twins here. You got number 20, Trey Parker, who's a senior, 5'9", 172 pounds. And then at the other halfback, you got number 10, who is also a senior, and it's also his twin brother, Dane Parker, who's 5'10", 205 pounds. So talk about the Parkers a little bit.
Well, obviously, Trey's a little bit smaller, probably got a little bit more speed, and Dane at 5'10", 205 pounds is going to be a load. Whenever he gets the ball, he's going to be tough to tackle. Both of them very talented kids, and I hope they get lots of yards, lots of touchdowns, and it starts tonight.
Yep, me too. So at tight 44, who's also a senior, is Tyler Tomlinson, 6'4", 225 pounds. So, again, a big physical tight end who can help establish the edge, and Tyler definitely fits that role.
Yeah, I would like to see us use the tight end a little bit more. It's been several years since Davis has thrown the ball, a significant amount to a tight end. I just remember off the top of my head, Paul Cadell being one that just really comes to mind, that he was a weapon at that position that Matt Weber found various times when they were the duo for Davis.
And in the both the wishbone and flexbone set, the tight end, you can run one tight end, you can run two tight ends, or you can run two receivers. So it gives them flexibility in what lineup you put out there. So talking about in a traditional with a tight end and a wide receiver, our wide receiver this evening is number 6, a senior, Diego Moore, who's 5'7", 151 pounds, and we've seen Diego catch some meaningful touchdowns last year and play some good minutes.
Yeah, that kid's not very tall, not very big, but he's got decent hands, and we're going to look to use him a little bit more this year, I believe.
And he's got some quickness and maneuverability, avoidability about him, which is what I really like to see in a receiver.
Yeah, and I think he's got the the right attitude. Sometimes when you don't have the size, you've got to kind of make it up in your mind that you can get the job done, and that'll help him a lot.
Yep, you can't coach heart, and the kid definitely plays with a lot of heart. So looking at the offensive line, at right tackle, we've got number 78, a senior, 6'4", 320 pounds, Greg Billy, and he is he's been a multiple year starter here at tackle for us. He is usually far. lot of good size up front.
Well, that's what we need to do.
So if you look at that lineup, the one thing that really stands out to me is it is a senior-driven group. That's the one thing that really jumps out. You know, you're looking at 9 of 11 starters that are seniors, and you know, so again, we're a very experienced group. You know, some haven't played a lot of minutes, but they have played minutes, and they've been with this team for 3 or 4 years. So it shouldn't be a lot of new stuff that's thrown at them that they haven't experienced.
Yeah,
already.
you can't substitute experience. It just takes game day experience. You can't replicate in a scrimmage. These guys have been there, done that. They're leading the underclassmen, and we look forward to seeing that tonight.
So let's take a look at the defense then. Defense, starting at tackle, number 44, a senior, 6'4", 225-pound Tyler Tomlinson. Again, really showed up a lot last year. Tyler, he's a big kid. He good job of setting the edge, and
he's improved a great deal from just his sophomore season to the junior season.
of the line.
So, and that's something, Lone Grove previously against Dixon, that's something that I saw. I only watched about a half of their first game, but Lone Grove runs a little bit of motion left, and then the quarterback will try to take it right up the center, so he's going to have to,
he's going to be a busy guy tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yep. So at the other defensive tackle, number 50, a senior, 5'11", 215-pound Justin Ross.
Yep, some of these same guys going both directions.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys playing a lot of minutes here, so I'm sure that the coaches are going to try and give as many breathers as they can to those guys. So at end, number 11, a junior, 6'2", 193-pound Colin Dulaney.
Yes, Colin Dulaney, synonymous with Davis football, and that kid's got a lot of potential, and he's a smart kid, and I think that's a good position for him. I look for good things for him coming off the edge.
Yeah, and I would expect to see Colin also playing some tailback, potentially some receiver. There's a couple different positions. He played some quarterback last year.
Yeah, very versatile kid. Can put him anywhere on the field, and he's going to go perform.
So at the other end position, number 10, a senior, 5'10", 205-pound Dane Parker.
Yep, the Parkers. He's another kid on the defensive end position at 5'10", 205 pounds. He's going to get lead blockers, fullbacks coming at him, linemen coming at him. Just going to have to, maintain his position and maybe take some heat off those linebackers and let them come make a play.
So now let's talk about the inside linebacker. So there's two inside linebackers. Number 65, a senior, 5'11", 125-pound Isaiah Escabel.
Escabel, I remember saying his name quite last year, and again,
both Escabel and Burks, they're kids that can run. So they're not your traditional plotter at middle linebacker. These are guys that are going to run sideline to sideline, make a lot of tackles, try and guys got some speed, and I expect we'll see a lot of that tonight.
Yeah, again, the game's just evolved. There was a time when you were a 5-2 Okie defense, and your two linebackers played everything from end to end, and that was it. And it's just not that way anymore with these spread offenses. They're so flexible, and they do a lot of things to get their athletes in space. And the linebackers really got to be a smart football player, have a good football mind, and look forward to seeing them perform like we know they can.
Okay, so let's talk about the field here. So at corner number 6, senior, 5'7", 151 pounds, Diego Moore is going to start at one corner. Opposite him will be number 7, a senior, 5'11", 142-pound Toby Talaferro. So we've seen both of these young men last year. They both played a lot of significant minutes last year. Probably got a lot of good experience. And, again, I know in the 2 early scrimmages, I believe Toby either had 1 interception in those scrimmages as well. I know, again, a scrimmage is a scrimmage, but I saw him play some good minutes both in the scrimmages and then also last year. So I expect some good stuff out of the cornerback position.
Yeah, cornerback's got to be one of the toughest positions to play, especially these days in high school football. It's not as much anymore playing an old zone defense back there and moving to the ball when it's in the air. You've got to play man-to-man defense, and you've got to be able to tackle people in space.
Well, at one time, all you had was a cover 3 defense where you had your safety and your 2 corners, and those days are no longer around.
Yeah, you either had this third of the field or that third of the field.
That's exactly right. So,
Coach Raper drilled that into us pretty good, and we were pretty good at it. But these days, it kind of makes for sometimes a little bit higher scoring game. It's a little bit riskier defense, but that's what that offense is designed to do.
And Davis still does see some teams that will play them in a cover 3 just because it allows them to put 8 men in the box to try and protect against the run, since we are a predominantly run offense. But you just don't see much of it anymore. Most teams went to either a Tampa 2 or man or a version of that. Yeah. So there's a lot of different different options that we're seeing. So let's talk about the 2 on the very back end. First at free safety, number 20, a senior, 5'9", 172 pounds, and that is Trey Parker. I thought Trey did a really good job last year. He is a multiple-year starter. He has really kind of adopted that position, made it his own, and really kind of thrived in it.
Yeah, and then senior again at strong safety, number 3, Cole Martin, 5'11", 187 pound, and you've got your quarterback back there in the secondary, calling coverages and making plays.
And Cole played a lot of that outside linebacker position last year. I know that he is not somebody that's afraid to hit, which is exactly what you want in a strong safety. I've been impressed with Cole early on this year already. He looks much quicker. You can tell that he's done a lot of speed and agility work this year. And I think the strong safety position, I think it's going to suit him well.
All right, do we want to get into a little bit of Lone Grove right now? With names. Kid Robinson, Trevor McKnight. These are some of your quarterbacks, running backs. Gavin Peary, number 5, wide receiver, 6'3", 186. Talented kid. He's got size. He's got good hands. And they're gonna be, they're gonna try to come out and run the ball initially. I believe you're gonna see a lot of quarterback keep, maybe some jet sweep, kind of stuff we've seen all year. Some of these teams kind of do a lot of the same stuff. It's just how well they execute. And then on defense, you're going to hear some of the same names. Caleb Cryer, Michael Ramsey, number 11, is a kid it's a 5'11", 195-pound senior linebacker that you're going to hear his name. You're going to have to count for him. He's got good size, good speed. J.J. Barnes, number 22, is another senior defensive lineman, kind of a defensive end type player that we're gonna have to account for. We're gonna have to block and tackle. It just comes down to blocking and tackling and how well you execute. We know that Lone Grove has already had a game this year.
I was going to say let's talk through that a little bit, because there is a little bit of an advantage, and I believe they're preying on the field. So we'll take just a minute of silence here. Okay, and we are back after that real quick prayer and national anthem there. And what we were talking about is Lone Grove actually did elect to play a 0-week game, so they actually have one game already complete. 49-13 win over the Dixon Comets, and that's a good win. Dixon last year was a playoff team out of our district. It was a team that Davis lost to last year. So, again, that's a good win. It was an impressive win for the Longhorns.
Yeah, they looked, like I said, I just watched about a half, and they did look much improved from last year. A lot of these kids, again, just like these Davis kids, they got a lot of playing time last year, and they've made improvements over the summer. And we talked a little bit about the Davis size. Lone Grove's got some size, too. Offensive linemen range in weight, 5'8", 284, 6'1", 232, 6'2", 275, 6'1", 229, 5'9", 241. So they've got a little bit of size as well.
Yeah, and Lone Grove's usually, they usually do have some big kids in there because they're a pretty large team. So
yeah, 3A school.
3A school. Again, this is the first year that the broadcast here being brought to you from the Howl, the new media group at the high school. So hope you guys are enjoying it. We're going to offer a couple different things this year with some different camera angles and probably a lot more interaction. So again, the media group is the group producing it this year. We're glad
all
to
done
be a part
in-house
of it.
at Davis
all done
High
in-house,
School,
which is awesome. So all the camera people, statisticians, producers, you name it, social media experts, they are all doing all of that. So you got to make sure and subscribe to the Howl's YouTube page, give them a like on Facebook, anything we can do like that to keep promoting these kids, because again, they've built the infrastructure to be able to broadcast these, and we hope to give you a good broadcast. So that being said, let's take our first commercial break of the year. This is Brad Bentley and Dustin Johnson, and this is the Ground and Pound Wishbone Show. We'll be back.
Davis High School. My name is Staff Sergeant Bo Clark with the Oklahoma Army National Guard. I've got a lot of good stuff planned for Davis this year, so if you see me on campus, don't make it awkward. Come up, say hi. If you have any questions for me at the end of this video, it'll be my name and my number. I appreciate your time, and remember, fortune favors the bold.
Get somebody on the captains if we can, so we see who that is.
Blake, Blake, can you hear me?
Our captain's one on, our Trevor McKnight.
Oh, it's all the seniors.
Brady Lee. Mark
French and Ty Coons. Toby Caliparo.
Dane Harper. Hey, let's go, guys. Let's go. And Marshall Bowling.
Okay, so the captains for the Wolves and the Longhorns are out on the field. For Davis, it looks like we've got captains this evening are going to be Moore, Bolding, Martin, Webb, Parker, and Talifero.
And for Lone Grove, looks like we've got number 9, Trevor McKnight. Number 55, that is Mark French. Number 88, that is Ty Clemens. And number 71, Braden Lee.
So a lot of looks like a good showing for first game of the year. A lot of Wolves faithful here and a lot of Longhorns fans. This is a beautiful stadium. This is second year we've been able to broadcast from here. Really beautiful stadium. It looks like this year they've added on a new ticket booth up the front, new concession stand. So they continue to do some cool stuff here at their football facilities. Good place to watch a football game.
Yeah, and Brad, let us, you mentioned, the kids doing a lot of stats and a lot of camera stuff for us this year. We've again got the services of Boyd Fulton, our Davis Wolf historian and statistician.
That's exactly right. We don't give Boyd enough credit for what he does every year.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Something we've got this year, this 2019 season marks the 105th year anniversary of Davis's inaugural football season.
Wow.
And the first game in program history was played against Roth on September 26th, 1914.
1914, wow.
This season marks the 5th anniversary of Davis's 6th state championship. This season also marks the 40th anniversary of Davis's first state championship football team. Coach Mickey Hoy led the 1979. Just lost me. Test. Baby back. All right. What'd we say?
Talk about Mickey Hoy.
Yeah,
there.
Coach Mickey Hoy led the 1979 Wolves to a 15-0 record, winning the Class B state championship over the Crescent Tigers. They won 35-6. This is also the 75th anniversary of Davis's first playoff team. In the very first year of the Oklahoma State playoffs in 1944, the Wolves were knocked out of the first round by, you have a guess?
Nope.
The Wilson Eagles.
Oh, hey, wow!
Can you imagine that?
Hey, it's been a while since Wilson has been in that position.
Hey,
I think.
Wilson was state runner-up that year.
Huh? Interesting.
Last and not least, this season marks the 90th anniversary of Davis's first undefeated football team. The Wolves are, named after Coach Key Wolf. In 1929, the Wolves ended the season 11-0-1. They won the Red River Valley Championship, and following that season, J.W. Dub Wheeler was Davis's first All-State selection. He was first team All-State for the Oklahoman.
So it looks like we've got both the Davis Wolves and the Lone Grove Longhorns taking the field right now. If you look at the all-time series between these two teams, it's been very one-sided with the Wolves currently leading 19-1 for wins. Lone Grove is already 1-0 on the season, like we talked about. They are looking to grow on a 2-8 season from last year, as are the Davis Wolves looking to grow on a 4-6 season last year. So these two teams, the Wolves are out on the field. It now looks like the Longhorns are going to be joining them, and we're about to kick it off here.
Is that better? I turned it down. You guys are fine coming through here. I think it's just hot in your headsets. So if it's hot, just try to.
So the Wolves take the field here. It looks like we are going to receive the kickoff. Back deep for the Wolves, we have number 6, Diego Moore, and I believe that's number 31, which is Colton McGahey. So the Longhorns won the toss, deferred to the second half. The Wolves are going to receive the ball here, and let's see what we can do with our first series of the 2019 season.
Well, I'm excited. The grass is green. Davis uniforms of white and red looks good on this field. We can see the numbers real well. Of course, we can see the white and black of Lone Grove as well.
Good crowd for both sides. Good atmosphere for the first game of the season.
Number 85, Jackson Lee, looks like we'll be kicking for Lone Grove. And
so the kick is it is an onside kick, and Lone Grove recovers right off. Kick onside. The Wolves were not expecting that. They tried to recover, didn't get back in time, and there is going to be a turnover on downs right away, and the Longhorns are going to have the ball at the Davis Wolves 45-yard line.
Yeah, obviously that's something that the Wolves weren't prepared for. We had some guys, on the line trying to go block, maybe thinking that the ball was going further downfield, but 10 yards, and Lone Grove's got the ball. 1st and 10 on the Wolf 45-yard line.
So they set up 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Handoff goes to the running back, number 4, and he falls forward for about 3 yards.
Looked like Davis, number 50, Justin Ross, making the tackle there.
I believe that was Robinson on the carry. So Jones back at quarterback. He is in the shotgun formation, flanked by the number 4. 4 gets the ball. This time it's a quarterback keep. He makes one guy miss, and he is buried up front there by big number 72 for the Wolves.
That was a very good job of the Wolves turning him back inside. He wanted to kind of get outside to this home sidelines, turned him back inside where we had help, made a good tackle.
72 is Gavin Moore there. So that'll bring up 3rd and 7. Again, they're in the shotgun formation, flanked 2 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side. Number 3, which is Jones, is flanked by Robinson directly to his right.
Look for number 2 to get the ball, Blade Wilkerson.
Drops back to pass. He's going to throw the ball deep. Number 2 is open, and it is a touchdown. So play action fake. The Wolves bite on the play action and leave number 2.
Yep, Blade Wilkerson.
Wilkerson is able to get over the top and score about a 45-yard, a 40-yard touchdown pass right there.
Yep, I think we just got our eyes caught looking, back at the backfield in the quarterback, and had a receiver just run by a defensive back. Quarterback put it on him.
So the Longhorns line up to kick the extra point. Currently leading 6-0 with 10:45 to go in the first quarter. And the kick is up, and it is. Kick is good. 7-0. The Longhorns lead the Wolves with 10:45 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, Wolves did a good job on 1st and 2nd down. 3rd down, like I said, very good play action fake by the quarterback. The receiver went downfield, made a cut to the center of the field, and quarterback put it on him, and he caught the ball. And we're 7-0 here in Lone Grove.
7-0 Lone Grove currently. So that that Mac Trailer scoring recap is 3 plays, 45 yards, 4 captivated or captured with that 40-yard TD pass again to get on the board. 7-0 Lone Grove.
And that's something we saw when Lone Grove played Dixon. I think in the second quarter they had a couple of pass plays about just like that. They seem to like to go for the deep ball.
I think the defense there, they identified the play, but it was too late. The receiver at that point had two yards on the gentleman. We just couldn't make the ground up, and perfectly thrown ball right there, and it resulted in a 40-yard TD. So now the Wolves are looking for to receive the kick. 31 receives the kick, which that's McGahey. McGahey is a short return there, gets up to around about 31. 31. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolves at the 31-yard line.
Be our first look at the Wolves offense this season. We'll take a look and see if they go traditional wishbone set or we get to see something a little bit different. Lone Grove strikes first.
So it looks like the Wolves are going to line up in the full house wishbone right here. Martin takes the handoff, fakes to Weber, and he actually takes the edge right there, picks up about 9 yards. Good opening drive, or good opening play, I should say.
Yes. Yeah, very good job on the right side of the line. Boy, I tell you what, Brad, he didn't lack much busting that.
No, there was they sold out to
on Webb.
They sold out on Webb and left him wide open. He breaks that one tackle. That's a touchdown. So the ball's now on the 41-yard line. 2nd down at the 41. So again, it looks like they spotted it about the 32-yard line to begin the game. So again, full house wishbone. Martin this time does hand off to Webb, and Webb is able to run over about 3 kids there and pick up the first down.
Yep, that's what we need. First downs lead to touchdowns.
So spot of the ball is at the 44-yard line now. So the Wolves, again, they come out in a traditional full house wishbone with the tight end to the strong side. Handoff goes this time to Parker. Parker's able to fall forward for about 4 yards. That was number 10. That's Dane Parker.
Yep, traditional, cross buck there, kind of a lead, kind of a blast play here on the left side of the line. It's the first time we've run to the left. And first down, 3 yards. We'll take it.
So again, that brings up 2nd and 7 at the about the 40. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 48-yard line. Martin back under center. Again, full house wishbone lines up behind him. This time fake goes to the fullback. Martin is going to keep, and he just about gets the edge there. It's brought down by the cornerback, but not after he is able to pick up another good run there. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short here.
Third and short. This is a big down for the Wolves. We need to keep this drive, going.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be a third and 1 and a half. And I know what I would be doing right here. What do you think's the play call?
Hey, the play that's been working so far, I'd go right back to it.
Yep, I think you're right. So again, full house backfield.
Look at there.
Hand up goes to the center, goes up the middle for Cooper Webb, and Webb does a nice job of picking up not only the first down, but picks up about 15 yards in the process.
Yeah, very good blocking up front. I think Lone Grove was thinking the same thing I was. They think they were going to see Cole Martin around the end,
and they did deliver a lick on Martin there. I don't know if you saw that or not, but he got popped pretty good. They apparently thought he had the ball as well.
Hey, we may be seeing some of that true triple option. He may have read that and handed that ball off.
That's exactly right. So it's going to bring up 1st and 10 now they've got it on the 34-yard line.
Nice.
Handoff goes this time to was it 21? Let's see. We'll see him get off the pile
22.
here. Actually, that's number 22. That is Drew Parks with his first carry of the season.
Hey, pretty good first drive here. We're picking up chunks.
And, offensively, so far this year through the first 2 scrimmages, that's one thing that they have not struggled to do is move the ball. They've been able to control the line of scrimmage, so we'll see if that can continue and we can kind of get some of the issues we had early in the defense cleared up here. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line. Martin this time with the quarterback keeper, and the ball is on the ground. Looks like the Wolves did recover. So Martin with the keeper there. He was stripped after a short gain, and the ball rolled forward, and it is recovered. This time it's recovered. Let's see who they're going to give it to.
I think they've already signaled Davis ball.
Okay, so it is Davis football. Looks like they're going to mark the ball on the 15-yard line.
We got Lone Grove coaches out on the field. I don't know if we've got a timeout or...
Looks like one of them is wanting some clarification from the official. So the other one is talking to his team. But again, it's one of those things that I like what we've seen so far on this drive.
Yeah, need to hold on to the football.
And it looked like Cole kind of got extended there, where somebody was able to rip the ball out, and it just pop free, pop forward. Unfortunately, the Wolves did a good job there of covering the fumble.
Yeah, very fortunate. We don't want to give any more momentum to Lone Grove at this point.
So Wolves back out in full wishbone. Handoff goes to number 11, Dulaney. Dulaney does a nice job of picking up around 3 yards.
Look like maybe number 22 for Lone Grove there on defense, maybe J.J. Barnes.
So we are now in the PT Central red zone. Ball's currently at the 13-yard line.
We are at 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, listen to me. In the first quarter.
I think we've been in the fourth quarter all game so far. Here we go. So the Wolves again come out in full house wishbone. Martin under center. Martin keeps this time. Short gain that time. That was read pretty well by the defense. Picks up around maybe 1-2 yards, maybe.
Yeah, we're getting in the red zone, and Lone Grove's playing with a 6-man front now. They're bringing an extra person.
They've got the box. They've got everybody down the box at this point. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 at the 10-yard line. So 3rd and 5 at the 10-yard line. This is going to be the 11th play of this drive. So again, good job so far of kind of controlling the clock here after that initial touchdown scored by the Longhorns. Martin hands off this time to number 7, Talafero. Talafero with a pretty good gain. It's going to bring up a 4th and short. Ball is going to be marked down at around looks like about the 7-yard line. Let's see if that's where they mark it.
4th and short.
So 4th and short here. It's actually going to be about 4th and 2. Ball is at the 7-yard line. So again, we're going to see if that big offensive line can get some push here and pick up 2 yards and keep this drive going.
Tight end right, split end left, still full house backfield. Coach Parker's trying to call for timeout, and the official finally saw it.
Yeah, he did not. Parker did not like that formation, or he had
saw something in the defense, maybe,
without a doubt. So here we go. Davis's first offensive series of the season, 2019 season. Series started at their 31-yard line. We are now at the 7-yard line. And again, we have been able to flip the field here, but now we need to pick up 2 yards to keep this drive going. And again, we're currently at the 7. So what would you like to see here this time?
All I want to see is a first down. I don't care how we get it.
Hey, I'm there with you. If it means one guy carrying the other 11, or other 10, that's fine with me as long as we can pick up that first.
Yeah. A little bit of unfortunate, circumstance, an onside kick to start the game. I believe Dixon did that to Lone Grove in their game. They did a little bunch formation. Dixon was not successful. Gave Lone Grove a short field in their game, and they went down and scored. So we need to, turn the momentum right now. We need to answer.
So the Wolves, they break the huddle. Actually, they break
from the sideline
with the sideline with the coach, and they now huddle out on the field. Martin's still in at center.
Behind center.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'll tell you what. This is the first broadcast.
We're in the fourth quarter, and Martin's at center. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Webb, Talafero, and Parker. Quarterback does keep, and
Webb. They gave it to Webb.
They did give it to Webb. Okay.
Yeah. Martin was following him, kind of giving him a little bit of extra push.
The good news is that he did pick up the first down. The ball's going to be marked down at about the 2-foot line right now. So they are less than a yard away.
With that young man's size and the line he's got in front of him, there shouldn't be anybody to stop us from a yard out.
So here we go. Martin back in. Back in at quarterback. Full house. Wishbone behind him.
Yeah,
goes back to Cooper Webb.
Touchdown.
And again, Webb just powered his way in there. It looked like he was kind of stood up there for a second.
Yeah.
Nice job leaning in and putting some points on the board for the Wolves.
Yeah, they knew what was coming. I mean, they'd just seen it to play before. They saw it coming. They couldn't stop it. Good job by the Wolves' offensive line. Good job by Cooper Webb there, keeping his feet moving and not falling down at first contact, leaning over and getting the score.
I liked how they imposed their will that time on offense. That's exactly what we want to see from this group. So 5:03 left to go here in the first quarter. And the kick is up. Diego Moore kicking here, and it is good. So that's going to tie the game 7-7 with 5:03 to go, first quarter. And let's take a quick commercial break while we have an opportunity here. Or I'll tell you what, let's wait. We'll stay here.
We'll let them work on it. If they work on it, if we take a break, we'll take a break.
Hey,
if not, we'll keep talking.
Hey, there you go. So the Longhorns here, the Wolves do a good job of answering, now 7-7 here in the first quarter.
Hey, I think you saw what we talked about a little bit. We saw a group of seniors right there on offense. Understand that this is a long football game. and they took the ball down. They marched it right down. They didn't panic. Fourth down. Trey Owens so far is doing an immaculate job of play calling, I would say. I mean,
hey, not only that, but you'll notice we talked about the flex bone, and
we talked all about the flex bone, and we've seen nothing but
and then we saw
traditional.
no plays in it. But I bet we will as the game progresses. But yeah, no, we went back to what works, and it worked. We went right down the field with it.
Yeah. Trey's a Davis Wolf. He knows what's up.
Hey! Sometimes we try and get too fancy when there's nothing wrong with running the ball right at somebody and getting a first down, and kind of wearing that defense out, which is what I hope to see. I hope that we started to establish here.
Yep, we'll see. Good game, 7-7 so far. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
So more back to kick for the Wolves. Back deep for the Longhorns here. It looks like we have got. I want to say that is number 4 and number 6.
Definitely number 4, Cooper Robinson. He's 5'9", 161-pound junior running back.
And it looks like King is number 6. So we'll
Connor
see.
King.
So this will be the Longhorns' second possession after the opening onside kick that they were able to recover. So it's a short kick. It's going to come down around the 25-yard line. The ball on the ground.
I think Davis might have got that.
Well, I'll tell you what, there is a huge scrum right now. Again, it wasn't fielded cleanly, went out, and it does look like the Wolves are celebrating, and they have recovered the kick. So we had the onside kick to start the game. This was a non-intentional onside kick right here that the Wolves are actually able to recover, and it's going to be Davis's ball at the Lone Grove 35-yard line or 30-yard line.
30-yard line. Nice job by the Wolf coverage team there. Hey, that ball is precious. We want to get on it anytime we can.
So, again, this will be the Wolves' second possession after the opening touchdown. That opening touchdown, again, went 69-yard TD. So, 69 yards, a total of sorry, I should have had that ready, but 11 plays on that opening drive. So, again, full house backfield behind Martin. Up, and we have got a timeout before we could ever get that play off. But I'll tell you what, that looked like that was about to be a pass.
Yeah, maybe so.
When you get a chance, talk up some of the spot like pharmacy, because since we don't have all the cards ready, I'll get you.
You know, we'd like to take just a minute to kind of talk through some of our sponsors for this broadcast. You know, our community. The Wolves community has always done a great job of sponsoring this team, the school, these activities, and
Just supporting our students, no matter what they do.
We don't ever spend enough time to say thank you for what they do. You know, there's going to be more and more advertising in our broadcasts as we move forward. Some of that is still being developed, but you know, the Mike Hellicks of the world out there, Mike Hellick Chevrolet or Sooner Pharmacy, PT Central, Mac Trailer, Jones Jewelers. There are so many sponsors out there that we're just really thankful for all that they do and helping sponsor the kids and helping sponsor this broadcast. We hope you're enjoying it. This is the first edition of the Ground and Pound Wishbone Show.
We hope you like the multiple camera angles you're getting. Of course, we're fine-tuning everything, and we're ready to go back to the ball game.
So Martin back under center, full house Wishbone behind him. And again, it looks like we have
Lone Grove
got
jumped
Lone Grove
yeah.
jump. Again, the hard count there got Lone Grove to jump, and we're going to have a 1st and 5 now.
Davis doing what Davis does. We've done that forever. Go on, a quick count. Forever, marching the ball down and come back out and go on 2, and guess what happens?
Good job staying disciplined there by the offensive line and the whole offense as whole to stay home and draw the offsides or the encroachment there. So again, full house lines up behind Martin. Ball's now at the 25-yard line. Handoff goes to the this time it goes to, I believe that was 22. Let's see when they get off the pile here.
Yeah,
it is 22. So again, that is that's second time we've seen Drew Parks with his second carry of the year. The first one went for about 5 yards. This one, again, it's going to be a shorter game this time, about a gain of 1. It's going to bring up they've got it marked down.
Second 3 or 4?
Second and 3 or 4 is what it looks like. Second and 4 currently.
I think what we're trying to get there is we're trying to get one of the Parker twins up there leading through the hole and getting 22 to get in behind him. But Lone Grove's got, 3 or 4 linebackers back there behind the line of scrimmage that are feeling pretty well.
So Martin back under center. Martin this time fakes the handoff to Parks. He's going to keep it. He's got the ball gets down to about the 20-yard line again, and it's going to be another Davis Wolves first down.
Found a seam there. Didn't look for the edge. Found a seam and got the first down.
I liked it. He did a good job of taking what was given to him, picking up the first down.
Made a decision.
You bet. It made the decision quick, and it was the right decision to make.
Correct.
So 1st and 10 for the Wolves. Second possession of their second possession of the game and second possession of the season. Looking to capitalize on it. Again, we are now in the PT Central red zone. They've got the ball marked down at the 19-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the 19. Full house wishbone again. Ball is on the ground. Bad center quarterback exchange here. Ball came flying out. Good job by the Wolves of kind of recovering there. What could have been a catastrophic play where the ball kind of shot out there to. Actually, it was recovered almost at the tackle position, so I don't know if it was just just kind of hit the turf there after quarterback and center didn't have a good exchange.
Came out odd.
Okay, a couple other sponsors that we do want to talk through as well that we didn't mention in that first one. Again, Landmark, we talked about Mike Hellick Chevrolet and Sooner Pharmacy, but also Hilltop Animal Health, CNC Bacco, Landmark Bank, Vision Bank, First National Bank of Pauls Valley, Oklahoma Army National Guard. All of those sponsor this broadcast. And the Wolves come back out there. Short gain that time. Parks, again, it looks like was a well, I couldn't see
Parks
who
or
the ball
Martin.
carrier.
Yeah,
They might
Martin.
have been Martin, I believe. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and long now. 3rd and 10 is where we currently sit again, still at the 19-yard line. Obviously, it's an area where we will either attempt to kick the field goal or go for it. So I'd like to see us, even if we can't get the first down, put a nice long play here where it's a shorter 4th down play if that's what we elect to do. So, okay, here is the flexbone offense for the first time this evening. So behind the quarterback is number 22 Parks, and Davis calls another timeout. We have we have went through quite a few timeouts here in the first half for this first quarter. Actually, 2:02 to go here in the first quarter. Again, 7-7 is the score. The Wolves deep in Lone Grove territory on the 19-yard line.
You want to get it right. Obviously, something wasn't quite right. With that, Lone Grove does not have the play clocks turned on tonight, and I know there's possibly been a change in how that's being used, and that may be why the clocks are not off, so we can't really tell. Coach Parker may have felt like time was getting away from us and needed to call a timeout there.
So that
something that I've noticed, and we'll have to pay attention and watch. Davis traditionally has ran plays in with either wide receivers or maybe running backs or something back and forth, and I believe we could possibly be signaling in some of our plays.
We are. We're calling them from the sideline is what's happening right now. So
yeah, that's something different, something new. We want to get it right.
So again, the Wolves here line up in the flexbone. 22 Parks lines up at fullback with 31, and I'm trying to see who the other half.
44, Tyler Tomlinson split out left, kind of flexed out as a tight end position there.
And Talaferro, so 31 goes into motion. It is a quick pitch. He is going to turn the ball upfield. He gets a couple yards, but he is not going to pick up the first down. It's going to be a 4th down. Carrying the ball that time was the motion man.
And kind of showed maybe a pass type formation. They came back with a toss sweep. Going to be 4th down and about 7 to go here on about the, what are we on? 19
is marked down. They're marking him
so
on the 18, fourth down. So it's going to be about a 4th and 7.
4th down. Davis fans, here we go. Longhorn fans, here we go. Let's make some noise.
Going to mark it on the 17-yard line. So again, they fake this time. They drop back to pass. He's going to put the ball in the air, and it is It is overthrown, and that one looked like it might be an intercepted ball. His receiver was open. He just kind of overthrew him on that play. It's going to be a turnover on downs. The Longhorns are going to take over at the 17-yard line.
And that's that was almost a free possession. We got that turnover, so didn't capitalize this time inside the 20. We looked a little, had some different stuff going on there. So we just need to, have a little bit better execution.
Did play the field position game though, and again, kind of flipped the field a little bit, where they're going to have to go the length of the field to if they want to put points on the board. Currently at their own 17-yard line, it's going to be 1st and 10. Minute 11 to go here in the first quarter. Handoff goes to Brown, and Brown is wide open. He is able to pick up about 11 yards before he is brought down. Thought they might call a penalty there. We had a couple kids actually kind of jump on the
and that was number 4, Cooper Robinson.
Yeah, not intentionally, but just trying to, I think their momentum kind of carried them over there.
Chasing the ball.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Longhorns. Ball is now at their own 30-yard line.
Seems like it's been a long time since Lone Grove's offense been on the field.
So handoff again goes to Robinson, I believe.
Yes.
This time he's brought down almost immediately. Number 72, Gavin Moore, and then also Cooper Webb in on the tackle on that one. Good job that time of kind of pinching the middle and not giving up those where they wanted to run the ball. So Lone Grove back of the shotgun is going to look to throw for the first. And they do, first time on this drive, and is a complete pass for about 12 yards that time to number 2.
Yeah, a little slant to the inside receiver, kind of a little delayed slant.
Looked like Dulaney in on coverage on that play.
Correct.
So it's going to be
Lone Grove's going a little bit of tempo here.
So they look to put the ball in the air again. There's a flag down before the play ever gets started. It looks like it's going to be false start on the offense. Going to move them back just a little bit. So it is 1st and 10 right now, but they're about to get moved back. So the ball's going to be placed. Let's see where they mark it here.
And again, that was attributed to Lone Grove wanting to go tempo, and not everybody was all on the same page. Somebody's tempo was maybe a little bit too fast.
So now it's going to be 1st and 15 on the 37-yard line, Lone Grove's 37-yard line. Quarterback takes the snap. He's looking to throw, and he hits number 2 again. Number 2 makes the first man miss. He's brought down by a host of defenders that time. Looks like Tomlinson and also
drag route by number 4, Cooper Robinson. He just kind of squared it off from the outside, come right over the middle of the field.
But Burke's in coverage there as well. It's going to bring up 2nd down now. Ball's going to be marked. It's going to be marked a little bit short of midfield. I believe it's going to be marked at the. I want to say about the 47-yard line. We'll see where they mark it.
Lone Grove was doing a pretty good job of getting rid of the ball fairly quickly in both those plays. A little quick slant and then a drag across the middle. Again, Lone Grove running or passing seems to prefer or kind of like to attack the middle of the field.
So after a 1st and 15, they got a good portion of that back. The ball is going to be spotted on the 48-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 5 now at the 48 for the Longhorns. Longhorns doing a good job driving the field now. Again, hurting the Wolves through the air.
Yeah, so far these look like 2 well-coached, fairly disciplined. Not a lot of flags, a little bit here and there, but nothing that can't be correct.
And they both do it very different ways. So
yes, yeah. Lone Grove looks like they're wanting to kind of up tempo it now. We're starting the second quarter. Again, Davis, had the ball for quite a long time there in the first quarter, and was able to match the points put up quickly by Lone Grove.
So we are in the second quarter now, start of the second quarter. Lone Grove will have the ball at the 48-yard line, 2nd and 5. Handoff goes to number 4. Number 4 is able to miss the nice run that time by number 4. Just kind of weave through traffic there. Gets the ball down
straight up the middle.
Gets the ball down to about the 41-yard line now on the Davis side of the field. It's going to be 1st and 10.
I'll look for the quarterback to keep.
Drops back in the shotgun formation. Ball goes to number 5. He catches the ball. Gets another first down. It's tackled by, Looks like that was number 65, which is Isaiah Escobar. Brings up another first down. Going tempo again here. The handoff goes quickly to number 4. Number 4 is gouging. Nice run that time. Gets the ball all the way down within the 20-yard line now.
And we're going to have a flag. Davis had about 3 guys trying to get off the field. Ball spotted over here on this hash, and they're trying to run all the way across the field. And
tell you what, the tempo has kind of caused some havoc for Davis. So ball's going to be spotted within, it looks like they're going to spot the ball at about the Davis 15-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the Davis 15.
You just got to get ready and get set a little quicker. You got to anticipate. As soon as the play's over, start getting back to where you're supposed to be.
So there still is a flag down on the field. The officials are out there currently discussing it. I don't know exactly what the call is, but
yeah, the yardage gain was going to outdistance the penalty, so it's just kind of a formality here.
So again, 11:22 to go here in the second quarter. The score is 7-7. Lone Grove driving right now in the PT Central red zone, looking to punch it in. Currently, the ball is marked at the 15-yard line. Looks like the call was an illegal substitution. The penalty is declined. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They haven't even got the stick set yet, and Lone Grove's ready to snap the ball.
So handoff goes to number 4. Number 4 is able to get by that line of scrimmage and does a nice job of falling forward and picks up about 5 yards. Ball is going to be marked down at the 10-yard line. Again, it's going to bring up. It will bring up 2nd and 5 at the 10. Straight handoff again goes to number 4. This time it's played very well, and that's going to be a face mask. Unfortunately, it looks like we got a hold of the face mask. We actually got a hold of the whole helmet there, I think, on accident, but they are going to call face mask there.
Yeah.
Looks like there's been some jawing going on out on the field. Their coaches are out there trying to kind of break things up.
Well, it did look a little bit sinister there, a little bit vicious, but I really think he got his hand caught up in it, and the kid turned to spin or something like that, and the hat just popped off in his hand.
Yeah, I don't think there was any. I don't think there was any intent there. But again, that was not how it was seen by the offense,
by the home team here.
So 10:47 to go, 7-7 currently. The ball is at the 10-yard line, but again, with the penalty, I've got a feeling it's gonna be accepted and moved up. So we'll see where they spot it.
Yeah, regardless of the intent, it just hurt our defense.
So the Longhorns.
I'd like to see that on replay. Can we get that on replay? Is that possible? We'll work on that. We'll see if that's a possibility.
We'll see if we can get that one. So again, the coaches are still out on the Lone Grove coaches are still out on the field, giving the line judge there kind of an earful. I don't know what the call is, but they obviously are not very happy. Longhorns look like they're going to line up. It looks like the ball is going to be spotted at the 5-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 5. Again, officials having to come out and discuss again with it. Looks like the whole Longhorn contingency. They got 4 coaches out there.
Yeah, I think they're thinking maybe along the lines of personal foul or something like that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought as well. But
that's the only thing I can think of. I know it's taking entirely too long.
Way too long for what we need to do here. Let's make a call and get on with the game.
Yeah, we threw the flag. We assessed the penalty. Let's go.
Okay, so the Longhorns, the team huddles back up and gets ready to run a play here. It's going to be 7-7 still, 10:47 to go here in the second quarter. The ball is at the Davis 5-yard line. Longhorns long extended drive here, trying to punch it in here from the 5. So first and goal from the 5 for the Longhorns. Quarterback drops back, shotgun formation. Handoff goes to number 4.
Straight up the middle again.
Tell you what, 4 is there goes somebody else's. I don't know if that's their helmet or the ball, but somebody else's came off there, and 2 more flags come in.
Yeah, that was somebody's. That was kid's helmet popped off. And, of course, after all that hullabaloo, and that's going to get another flag.
So we'll see what this call is going to be. Again, you got to figure it's either face mask or hands to the face here. They're calling the Coach Parker onto the field, the Davis coach here, to discuss whatever the call is going to be here. So it looks like what I think is happening. I may be wrong here. I think they may have ejected a kid. We will see, but he just made the motion, or it looked like he made the motion that he was going to remove someone from the game. So we'll see if that is the case. Coach Parker does look like he is a little bit animated, so I'm not sure exactly what this call is going to be, but we'll see. Again, that is the second time we've had and it does look like one of the Wolves is headed to the sideline. I don't know if that's been an ejection or if he's just coming out for the play. We're about to find out. Again, the officials are on the field with Coach Parker currently discussing the situation. I didn't catch the number of the individual that left the field. I'm not sure if we've got that.
You jumped more than David did.
10 or 20.
So again, we don't know that the player has been ejected. We just know that he's left the field at this point. Now we've got all 3 officials around the Davis coach. So again, we'll see if we can't get this kind of worked out and get back to playing football.
And I realize the kid's headgear came off, but I challenge anybody to tell me that they, purposely at some point in the game hit a kid in a certain way.
It's hard to make somebody's headgear come off 2 times consecutively.
Yeah.
I mean, if you tried to do it, it would be difficult to do.
Yeah, I'm not saying we hadn't popped some kids every now and then, but.
So, and again, still.
Unless they enforce some sort of targeting penalty or personal foul, but we've yet to see a signal.
Here's the signal right here. We'll see what we've got.
Yep,
they did do an ejection, personal foul.
May have been 2 in a row.
Yep. So I'm not sure who that young man was. Did you catch the number of who was ejected?
Well, I'm not sure. I felt like it was Dane or Trey one, and I just hope that does nothing but fire up our defense and fire up our fans.
Well, we'll see here. The ball is going to be placed down. It looks like. It's going to be placed down on what looks like around the 2-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 2. So handoff goes directly to number 4. Number 4 is able to get into the end zone. He's in the end zone, and it is going to be a touchdown for the Longhorns. Had a Wolf player that time get his helmet taken off. He's trying to argue the call right now, but hey, again, it's at this point that's immaterial as they are able to punch the score in, and it is going to be a touchdown with 10:29 to go here in the second quarter. Kicker lines up to kick the extra point. Snap is back. The kick is up, and the kick is good. With 10:29 to go, it is now 14-7. Longhorns lead over the Davis Wolves. Again, that's 10:29 to go in the first half.
Well, we may have been fortunate with the first one. Second one cost us a little bit. We don't know if it was intentional or not. But the fact remains that the white hat said he was gone.
So that Mac Trailer scoring recap started on the started on the Lone Grove 17-yard line. So again, we're long extended drive that time for the Longhorns. Total of 13 plays that time. So again, long extended drive for the Longhorns. They are able to punch it in on the Mac Trailer scoring recap there, and the score is currently 14-7. The Longhorns. 10:29 to go here in the first half, and the Wolves are back to receive this kick. Looks like they're a little more cautious with the hands group here, just in case they try and kick either directional or kick onside again. This time they do kick downfield.
High and shallow.
Ball's going to fall at about out of bounds there at about the 23-yard line. Diego Moore was the up back there to receive the kick, but it bounced out before he had an opportunity. So it looks like the
I'm not sure why it's taking so long to spot the ball.
Me neither. It was pretty obvious it bounced out. It should be a relatively easy spot here, but we've got 4 officials currently on the field trying to identify where the ball should be spotted. Any way it works, it's going to be the Wolves' third possession of the game. First one resulted in a touchdown. The second one resulted in a long drive that fell just outside the 20-yard line. But the Longhorns are able to get that ball after the failed fourth down, turn around and kind of flip the field there, and going through the air are able to score on a 14-play drive, able to score a touchdown. So they currently lead 14-7. Again, while we wait for the spot of the ball here, let's take just a second to thank our sponsors again: Mike Hellick Chevrolet, Sooner Pharmacy, Hilltop Animal Health, CNC Baco, Landmark Bank, Vision Bank, First National Bank of Pauls Valley, and the Oklahoma Army National Guard. Again, we thank those individuals, as well as PT Central, Mac Trailer, and Jones Jewelers. So again, we'd like to thank all 3 of those individuals. So,
all right, somebody's going to have to help me with that one.
I am not sure what the call was here. Again, it looks like they're going to try and mark the ball at the. I'm kind of at a loss here as well. Looks like they're going to try and mark the ball at the 25-yard line, or excuse me, the 30-yard line. And again, the officials still haven't figured out where they're going to mark the ball. They're actually going backwards.
Yeah, there was a penalty called on Davis. I'm not sure what in the world it could possibly be when the Lone Grove kicks the ball out of bounds on a kickoff, and
the ball was never touched, in play. They had to call something. Parker is on the field again. Coach Parker is, to discuss with the official. It looks like they're going to mark the ball at the 19-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10. It's actually marked at the 20-yard line, so 1st and 10 at the 20.
I think the ball should have been spotted on the 35 with it going out of bounds, but we've somehow ended up with a 15-yard penalty back to the 20.
So I did not see the foul. I haven't seen anything that's indicated that there was a foul. I didn't see a flag, but there is it looks like they're going to mark off a 15-yard penalty, and the ball is going to be placed at the 20-yard line.
Hey, we appreciate all of our viewers out there on YouTube watching our live stream. First one of this season. We're getting a little bit of drama. Thanks for watching. Call a friend, call a neighbor. Be sure and catch the Wolves live on YouTube.
So again, you're listening to the Ground and Pound Wishbone Show. This is Brad Bentley and Dustin Johnson.
Brought to you by The Howl.
Brought to you by The Howl, the media group at the Davis High School. We're proud to be able to participate in this broadcast, and a lot of men and women out there helping produce this broadcast, whether they're providing stats or filming or lots of different roles. So here we are. The Wolves are out with offense again in the Full House Wishbone. Martin back under center. Ball's going to be at the 20-yard line, currently trailing 14-7. Ball goes to Talafero. Talafero gets up about 3 or 4 yards there on that carry. So it looks like it's going to bring up 2nd and 8. The ball is spotted at the 22-yard line. The Wolves run up to the line of scrimmage. Again, full house backfield. Single receiver to the far side of the field. Martin this time hands off, or he actually keeps fake handoff. Read very well by the Longhorns that time. They actually drop him for a small loss. Again, I got fooled by it, but Longhorns did not. They read it perfectly, and they dropped the quarterback there on the keeper.
Yep, momentum has definitely shifted to Lone Grove here.
So loss of 2 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Now the ball on the 19-yard line. So Wolves come out in the flex bone. Man comes into motion. There's a fake to the motion man. Ball is going to go downfield. He is interfered with, it looked like to me. He was hit before the ball ever arrived.
We're not going to get that call,
They're not going to call it. Again, it looked like he got hit in the back before the ball. Very catchable ball, and it actually was a good throw.
Yeah, Martin led him well because I was afraid he was going to throw it, behind him or up the field. And he actually led him well, let him go to the football, and the Lone Grove defender actually kind of clipped him from behind.
So that's going to bring up 4th down. The Wolves are going to have to punt here. So punt team takes the field. It's going to be a first Wolves punt of the season. Back deep for the Wolves to kick the ball is going to be Diego Moore, number 6. Lone Grove lines up at about their own 45-yard line to recover this punt. It's a kick, takes a nice bounce. Ball's going to roll. Ball originally hit about the 50 and rolled about another 9 yards there. It's going to be Lone Grove ball at the Lone Grove 41-yard line.
Well, not a good series right there for the Wolves offense, but we just got to get in some rhythm. Somebody's going to have to make a big play on defense here and get us going.
So far we have not had a lot of answers for the passing game, so we're going to have to tighten up our pass coverage here.
Yeah, anything less than, in that 5 and 6 yard range, I'm okay with. Let them catch it. We'll tackle them. I just don't want somebody to get beat deep.
So Lone Grove again lines up in the shotgun formation. Fakes the handoff, goes to the running back, and
there we go.
That's what we needed right there. We are not fooled at all by the play action. The defenders actually read it very well, and it looks like that was number 10, Dane Parker, who comes in and makes the sack there.
Oh, I think that's our nose guard, 40 Cooper Webb.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't tell who it was. I saw Parker get off the pile. So.
Yeah. So want to give the kid that credit.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 16 now from the 35-yard line, so we've got them going backwards a little bit on that negative play.
Looking for maybe jet sweep.
So 2 goes into motion. They
get him deep again. Good job, Wolves. Good job, D.
Another good negative play right there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dulaney is one of the defenders on that one. Did a good job reading that jet sweep.
Yeah, 10 was in there that time too.
The defensive end did a good job stretching that play out.
Yeah, good job, Dane Parker. Good job, defensive line.
So that's now 3rd and 22. So here's where we have to get off the field.
Yep.
Ball is at the 29-yard line.
Get our heads on right.
Wolves currently trailing 14-7 with 7:45 to go.
Coming back this way for the screen.
Screen pass is looked like
I
it
think
was,
he threw it to the ground. I
Yeah,
think
it looks like it was
Had
incomplete.
pressure.
So good
Now-
job. That good series that time by the defense.
Absolutely got some pressure on the quarterback. Good things happen.
You know, the defensive back's best friend is a good pass rush, and we had it that series, so that definitely helps. So Lone Grove lines up to punt the ball.
Still 7 minutes and
29-yard
41 seconds left to go here in the second quarter, which seems like it's been.
It's been forever. It seems
Yeah.
like this has been a long one.
Hey, I'm okay with that. I'll be here all night.
I will as well. So Zach Mann back to receive this punt. Mann, and I couldn't see the other individual opposite him. The other one it looks like is it number? It looks like Cole Martin is the other deep man. Doesn't matter. The ball's going to roll to about the 44-yard line.
Hey, last year it was overtime. I just as soon not do that. Coach Parker, first game as a head coach, coaches the Wolves to win in overtime, and now 2019 we're back here at their place.
Hey, if it results in a win, I don't care if it's overtime or regulation time.
Yeah.
I just want that W. So again, this is going to be the another after the quick 3-and-out by Davis. Lone Grove also with a 3-and-out, and Davis is going to start with the 1st and 10 here. They're starting at the 44-yard line. Flexbone formation. Talaferro goes into motion. It's a quarterback keep. Quarterback follows his tailback. It gets a short gain there for about 1 or 2.
Yeah, I tell you what, when we start that option motion, everybody from Lone Grove is flowing hard.
Yep. So it's going to be a pickup of 1, 2nd and 9. Ball is at the 45-yard line.
You know, I haven't been a big fan of the reverse play, but I would like to see a little short one, maybe a wing back, a little toss reverse start, look like option one way, and then get a wing back coming back this way. I think we might can catch them over pursuing a little bit.
So Wolves back out in the flex bone. Martin under center. Parker goes into motion. There is a flag, and it's actually looks like a defense again, an encroachment call. So good job that time of picking up some quick yardage just by your cadence or your play call.
Yeah, Lone Grove's obviously crowding the line of scrimmage and trying to bring everybody.
So 2nd and 4 now from the 50-yard line. So the Wolves at midfield. .6:48 to go here in the first half. Full house Wishbone lines up behind Martin.
Double split.
So handoff this time goes directly to number 11, Dulaney. Dulaney makes the first guy miss. Oh, nice run. Unfortunately, the ball pops out, and it looks like it is recovered by the Longhorns.
Yep, young man took a shot as he was going to the ground. I'd like to see a replay on that if we could get that. I would like to be looking to see if his knee was down, but they're not going to call that on the field.
Nice about 16-yard run before the ball kind of
It was double
out
split.
there.
Double split. Kind of came back with the same kind of blast, cross-buck play. Delaney was running hard, got a lot of yardage, just got to wrap up that ball.
So Lone Grove takes over at their own 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Handoff goes to number 4, Lone Grove, and he falls forward. Nice run that time for about 6 yards.
Gonna have to wrap that young man up. He kind of bounces off.
That clock continues to move. Just a little over 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Got another illegal motion penalty this time on the Lone Grove offense. Going to move the ball back a little bit. So the ball is going to be moved back to the 35-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 8 at the 35.
Still right up the middle.
Yep, handoff goes to number 4. Number 4 makes the first 2 guys miss. Tell you what, good run by that young man. He is still on his feet. He's down to gets down to about the 40-yard line, and then we see a flag come out late at the sideline, which unfortunately to me looks like might be a personal foul.
Yeah, late hit, probably out of bounds. Again, Lone Grove likes to kind of run those delayed plays right up the middle. Ford did a good job waiting on blockers, making people miss. broke out, got to the sideline.
Got to get our composure back a little bit here. It's kind of been a, I know that the calls haven't necessarily went our way here in the first half, but got to get our composure back, get back to playing football. Let this other stuff kind of go to the wayside. So
I don't know if there's any of them that I can argue with.
Yeah. So currently the ball is at the 28-yard line, or it looks like it's going to be placed at the 28-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10, so another 15-yard personal foul there. So the Longhorns, with the penalty, are definitely moving quickly. This is going to be the 4th play of the drive. Okay, handoff goes to number 4. Number 4 that time is kind of bottled up. Good job that time by the defense of just not kind of pinching the middle there and just leaving him nowhere to go.
Yeah, we've seen it enough times now. We ought to be able to respond to that, make him do something different.
Well, that kid, when he gets out in open space, he's pretty exciting, so got to keep him bottled up. So handoff again goes to number 4, follows his blocker, makes the first 2 guys miss, cuts it back, still on his feet. Is brought down around. I'll tell you what, that was another nice run that time by that young
very
man.
Patient runner. They kind of hand him the ball and let the lineman do their work, and he finds a hole. He's got very good vision. A lot of running backs are just going to rush it up in there and maybe run into the back of one of their linemen. He takes his time and picks his hole. I wouldn't run another play different.
So they're not gonna. Ball runs over a guy, gets into the end zone. That's a touchdown. I'll tell you what, that featured number right 4, there. And he ran over a young man. Just didn't have any answer for that defensively that time.
Yeah, the only good thing about that is that we still got 5 minutes to go. We get the ball back.
So Lone Grove lines up to kick the extra point, currently leading 20-7. And the kick is up. Let's see, that's no good. So it's going to be 20-7 with 5:17 to go here in the first half. That's if we look at the Mac Trailer scoring recap. That play looks like that drive was 67 yards in 4 plays. Excuse me, 5 plays. So
how many in penalty yardage there?
There's a bunch. So again, gave up a lot in penalties. Gave up a lot to number 4, and number 4 went down basically drove him down the field himself on that play. So coaches are out there on the field with the Wolves. I'm sure he wants to get his team back playing Wolves football here and kind of get this other stuff out of the way. But we've got 5:17 to go here in the first half. The Wolves currently trail 20-7. Turnovers have killed the Wolves this first half. Ball's been down on the turf a couple times. Onside kick. There's just
we got one or two of them back, but the ones we haven't have hurt us.
That one, after a very promising drive starts, kind of stalls after the turnover. Lone Grove makes quick work of it, puts it in the end zone. So back deep for the Wolves is number 31, which is McGahey, and then also number 6, which is Diego Moore.
Yeah, they're only 4 yards off the football. They're not going to kick it very deep.
Nope. And again, looks like he's set up to do some directional kicking again.
Kick, yeah. Hoping the kid will bobble it.
So ball is touched by Diego Moore. It is on the ground. He is lucky to recover that. He almost did not get to it. It was almost a deep onside kick. Hit that young man's hand. He's able to dive on the ball.
I'd almost like to see the up back take that one that time. Almost looked like he was looking at it, watching it, then he gave up on it. The deep back sometimes doesn't get a read on it to know whether he's going to get it or not, but you've got to be coming. You've got to be coming full speed just in case that happens.
So the Wolves take over on their own 20-yard line. 5 minutes and 12 seconds to go here before halftime. Wolves currently trail 20-7 to the Longhorns. So Martin breaks out of the huddle in the flex bone. Handoff goes to number 10, Parker. Parker, short gain that time.
Yep, that's Dane Parker.
So it's going to bring up a 3-yard gain there. So we'll bring up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line. It looks like we've got a false start that time by the offense. So that's going to move us back 5. It's going to put the ball back at the 18-yard line. It's now going to be 2nd and 12 at the 18. Two receivers wide, flex bone. Martin under center. Handoff goes directly to the up back, their fullback, and he does a good job going forward. And I'll tell you what, he almost picked up that first down. That was a nice run that time by number 22, Parks. You know, I think Parks has looked good out of that formation. I like him back there at that fullback position.
Yeah, I remember us calling his name last year as well.
And it did pick up the first down, so it is going to be 1st and 10 now at the 30-yard line.
Yep, establish that fullback and come back with something else.
Again, Martin under center in the flex bone. Fake goes to Dulaney, goes back to throw. His man is open. Tyler Tomlinson, the tight end there, with a nice reception at about the 45-yard line. Looked like if he could have broke that tackle, that was a touchdown.
That was a pretty good play. I tell you what, the quarterback was rolling left and threw back kind of to his right. Good play.
First completion there for the Wolves on the year to Tomlinson, the tight end. Ball's placed at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, I think the defender had fell down if Tyler could have, like you said, had a chance to get a step away.
So again, Dulaney comes into motion. This time he gets the ball, met at the line of scrimmage. Very short gain.
There we go.
There's a flag this time on Lone Grove.
Yeah, a little payback. That's okay.
So that's gonna advance 15 yards, which is a good time right now with 3:41 to go before halftime. Currently trailing the Wolves, currently trailing 20-7 to the Longhorns.
Like that pass play to Tomlinson.
Yeah, that was a good looking play. Yeah, and it was open, and it's something that they didn't. The fakes there kind of threw them off.
And it was a heck of a play. I'm telling you, if you get a chance to watch this on the replay or playback at some point, watch Cole Martin get rid of that ball and put it right on him.
So again, the ball is now on the Lone Grove side of the field. It's going to be marked at looks like it's going to be marked at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wolves at the 40. Timeout for Lone Grove. With that, we will also take a timeout. We're going to take a real quick commercial break, and we'll be back shortly. Okay, and we are back. The Davis Wolves currently are on the 40-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing. Full house wishbone lines up behind Martin. Handoff goes to Parks. Parks does a good job making the first man miss. Keeps going and gets down pretty close to that first down marker. Let's see where they mark him.
Yep, young man's running hard. We need to keep feeding it to him, kind of like they did number 4.
So Parks is a sophomore. It's going to be short of the first down, but not by much. It's going to be. It looks like they're going to mark it 2nd and 2 is where they're going to mark it at. Handoff goes again to Parks. Another nice run this time directly.
Hold on to the football, young man.
he is able to. He is now back in the PT Central red zone. Ball is now going to be marked down around the. It looks like about the 17-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wolves at the 17. Full house Wishbone lines up behind Martin. Another bad quarterback center exchange there. Wolves are able to recover that. Good job by, looks like Justin Ross there, falling on the fumbled snap.
Get back there and get in the huddle. We got 2.5 minutes to go here before half. We need to score.
Yep, 2:30.
Get in and get out.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 18-yard line.
Let's go. A little urgency. Let's go.
So Martin lines up again under center with the full house Wishbone behind him. This time he fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to turn up the field. Touchdown. Then a little push at the end, right in front of the line judge, but apparently, he is not going to call that.
Hey, we'll take the points.
So again, the Wolves are able to answer there. So 2:09 to go before halftime. It's now 20-13. Wolves line up to kick the extra point.
Should have been the last drive.
So Diego Moore lines up to kick. And the snap is down, kick is up.
Lone Grove's offsides.
Lone Grove is offside, so.
Extra point could play a big role later in this game.
So let's see what the Wolves are going to do here.
Hey, look like they're going for 2.
So it looks like that may have changed the outcome there. I think the kick was up. It was good, but there was an offsides before it ever happened. Looks like they're going to roll the offense out here, trailing 20-13 with 2:09 to go before half. So full house Wishbone lines up behind Martin. Martin hands off to number 40, Cooper Webb. He is able to punch it in. 2-point conversion.
Walked into the end zone.
Looked like he hurdled one guy and just didn't get touched by anyone in that process. So with that, the score is now 20-15. Davis cuts the margin. .209 to go here before halftime.
I believe that Drew Parks up the middle, that fullback play opened some of that stuff up.
Fullback, both Parks and Webb there, they've both done a great job of kind of controlling the middle of the field there. Good physical, tough nose running, picking up yards when they can, punishing people when they have to. And again, the what has been kind of I wouldn't say disastrous, but a very turnover-driven first half.
Yeah.
And even after all of that, the Wolves still find themselves in good position, only down 5.
Yep, down 5.
Now we need to finish up. Before half here. Again, they've Lone Grove shown the ability to throw the ball down the field.
Absolutely.
And we need to keep them out of the end zone.
Get a pass rush. Somebody coming off the edge. Just don't give up the big play.
Lone Grove will receive the ball coming out of half, so need to make a stop here. Go into halftime, make some corrections, come out, and still continue to play hard and see what opens up. So back to kick for the Wolves is going to be Diego Moore. It's a short kick.
Get down there and cover.
Nice bounce there. Ball's going to be up. Ball hits at about I'd say around the 15-yard line. Nice about 10, 15-yard run that time. Good tackle by number 7, Toby Talaferro, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Longhorns. Ball's going to be spotted. Looks like they are going to spot the ball at the 35-yard line or 36-yard line. So again, see what the Wolves can offer here.
Fullback right up the middle
Fullback
again.
4. That time he's bottled up. Good job that time of the middle of the field, just completely stoning the offensive players, creating nowhere for him to go, and then being dropped for either no gain or a loss. It's going to bring up a second down. There, looks like they marked him some forward progress. I did not see that. They gave him a couple yards. Pass goes to number 5, a slant play.
I believe you heard some footsteps that time. Should have caught the football, though. It was a
Yeah,
good pass.
I'll tell you what, we kind of caught a break there because he was significantly open. He had room to run. So
Yeah.
I don't think it was a poor pass, maybe a little bit high. Defender was in a position to make a play on the ball once it went off his hands. But
There's just a lot of green grass out here for him to run that slant.
Too much open space. So drops back to pass again, and good rush this time by the Wolves. Number 22 Parks, and then also Parker there. Nice job putting pressure on him, making that young man run out of bounds. He was looking to throw the ball downfield, just unable to really ever get it going.
Good job by the defensive backs, staying home, covering.
So that's actually going to move the ball back now. It's going to be
It's fourth down.
and 8.
Hey, we can get the football back and possibly score.
So they're going to punt. Well, it can't be.
Yeah, they're going to punt.
They are going to punt. Okay, yeah, I was going to say they're set up at the 38-yard line, set to punt. The Wolves are going to get the ball back with around a little over a minute to go before halftime. So the ball's going to punt. Nice roll that time for the Longhorns. It's going to come down at around the 35-yard line. So the Wolves will start from their own 35, currently trailing 20-15 with 1:18 to go before halftime. So let's see if we can build off the momentum we got that last drive, and that 2-point conversion seemed to kind of swing the momentum a little bit in our favor. So,
yeah, the missed extra point by them, and then a 2-point conversion by us. Yeah.
So Martin back at behind center, quarterback, full house lined up behind him. Handoff this time goes to the to one of the up backs. That was number 11 Delaney.
Yep.
Good job that time of he. Two hands on the ball, make sure
all the way to the ground,
it all the way to the ground, which is what we want to see. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 4 from the 41-yard line. Under a minute to go in the first half. So Martin drops back to pass, looking for his receiver. The ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage. Just no chance of completion there, and it's going to fall incomplete. That does stop the clock.
Yeah, number 5 for Lone Grove, Gavin Perry coming in there and getting his arm on the quarterback.
The receiver did look like he had a little bit of a lane there, too.
Yeah.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 4 from the 41-yard line. 45 seconds to go before halftime. Wolves break the huddle in the flex bone formation. Martin at quarterback. Handoff goes to the up back here, 22 Parks, and Parks is able to pick up the first down there. Ball is going to be spotted at about the 45-yard line. Good job that time by Parks, running hard and picking up the first down there. That young man has had a busy first half.
Why is the clock running?
I'm not sure why the clock is still going after that first down, unless they're going to mark it.
Yeah, we went from about 35 seconds down to about 21 seconds there.
Let's see if they put time back on the clock. Again, it went. I agree. It went from 35 seconds to 21 seconds. Apparently, they are not going to put time back on the clock.
Here we go. We're getting it back.
Okay, here we go. So, again, after that first down, I'm not sure why the clock didn't stop. But
I don't know if they ever got a signal.
oh, they may not have. So they put 29 seconds back on the clock.
29. Guess that's better
So
than nothing.
third and it's going to be first and 10. They've got the marker at 3rd and 4, but it is 1st and 10 from the 45. Martin looks to throw.
Get behind him.
Ball. Oh, I'll tell you what, beautiful pass, and the ball's just dropped. Again, beautiful pass down the sidelines. Hits the guy in stride at about the 30-yard line, just unable to come up with the ball. And
Come on, Colton, he can't throw it much better than that, son.
It's got to be. It's going to be 2nd and 10. That time, McGahey was the intended receiver there.
Good job getting open. Finish the play. I know you wanted to.
So the Wolves line back up in wishbone formation. 17 seconds ago before halftime. Martin drops back to pass. He's going to have to get out of bounds. He had to scramble there. A lot of pressure up the middle of the field that time. Some pretty good job by the defense there of putting pressure on the quarterback. It's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 45-yard line. So again, current situation 20-15. Lone Grove leads the Davis Wolves. 11 seconds to go before halftime. Davis at their own 45-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 here. Let's see what we got here. It looks like we've got a flag.
Looks like a delay game.
Yeah, it looks like it is going to be a delay game. Yep,
that may just help us make our decision for us. We'll go to fullback and take it into halftime.
Yep, that's what it looks like, or that's what I would expect to happen here.
You never know.
So Diego Moore runs the play in this time. He'll be the near side receiver. So again, looks like we are kind of just in the what I call the victory formation. But again, we're just going to take a knee here and go into half. Currently trailing 20-15.
Well, Brad, pretty fairly even game. I think we gave up a touchdown that we shouldn't have. We've definitely given up a lot of penalties that we shouldn't have. A lot of self-inflicted stuff. It's the first game. Unfortunately, I can't attribute it all to that. We did see some of this last year, and that's kind of worrisome to me. We've got to keep our heads on straight. We cannot lose our cool against an early season pre-district opponent.
Well, and you got to think first game of the year, we are going to have some mistakes, and again, what I've seen for the most part has been pretty correctable through coaching.
I understand jumping off sides or something like that. That stuff's going to happen, but some of those personal fouls, we're just giving up way too many yards. We're keeping a team in this game that I feel like we should at least be tied with.
Yep. Well, and again, currently 20-15. We are at half, and we are going to take this opportunity to take a couple quick commercial breaks, and we're going to take a break. We will be back after halftime, about 19 minutes from now.
We're going to get something to drink. I suggest you do it too. Get you some popcorn. We'll be back for the second half, and I'm going to be ready to go.
So we'll talk to you soon. You're listening to the Ground and Pound Wishbone Show. Brad Bentley and Dustin Johnson, brought to you by The Howl. Again, we'll be back after half. Well, Davis Wolves fan, this is Brad Bentley, and this is the Ground and Pound Wishbone Show. I am joined by Jared Morris, one of the founders / teachers / instructors for the media group, and he's joining us here. We've got a couple minutes before halftime. So
Founder makes me feel important, Brad.
yeah, well, you are important.
Sweet.
And you're a great seatmate on the bus up here.
Hey, it was a tight fit. We made it. We had a full house. No, so far, I mean, thanks for having me on real quick, Brad. Just wanted to talk real quick about what you guys are watching. Earlier, I think Bobby was telling me we've had 140 viewers on YouTube, which is more than we've ever had.
Yeah, that's cool. And I'm sure that number will continue to grow as people identify where the page is at, what to look for. Again, if you have not subscribed to the Wolf Media YouTube page, you need to.
Absolutely. And then like our Facebook, we try to put announcements out there of whenever we're going to, go live. And so we've had kids. I mean, we brought 11 students with us tonight. They've been putting everything on social media. All the cameras are being run by them. The only thing they're not doing is what you and Dustin are doing. So, I mean, it's great.
And they could probably do that better than Dustin and I. Would probably be the reality of it. But
I don't know. They just talk about blocking for a whole game. So that's what they know. But so you guys have been doing great, and we appreciate you working with us and everything. Like I said, they've been doing really good, and we're meeting with them just a minute ago, and they're excited. I mean, it's hot, it's sticky, but they're sticking it out. They're having a good time.
So talk through some of the media type information. What are you guys doing? How are you using everything you can tell our listeners out there?
So we are, we're pretty much funded by our sponsors, our community. The community of Davis has been awesome to us, and like Mike Hellick Chevrolet, CNC Backhoe, the Oklahoma National Guard, the Oklahoma Army National Guard, Sooner Pharmacy, Hilltop Animal Health, Landmark Bank, Vision Bank, and First National Bank of Pauls Valley. They've been outstanding to us.
Hey, we also can't forget our three title sponsors, which again are PT Central, who is sponsoring the Red Zone, Mag Trailer, who is sponsoring the Scoring Recap, and Jones Jewelers, who's sponsoring the Sideline Report. Now, we've had some issues initially in getting the information with Jones Jewelers, but as the broadcasts go forward, we're going to have more and more opportunities to use them from the sideline as well.
Right, we're going to have things on the sidelines. We're going to have, if you're watching on screen, we're going to have like a lot of. There's going to be a lot of graphics. We're going to have a whole bunch of other stuff up there. But it's. I mean, we're doing a lot. We're getting a lot of more as we go. We're still getting new equipment to use. Like we've got all new equipment from last year, and now and we've got some new equipment coming in even for the next game. So next week when we're at home against Sulphur, the whole media group, we're going to have new stuff. You guys are going to have new headsets and all kinds of stuff we're really excited about.
There are rumors of a drone.
Hey, there are rumors of a drone. I heard somebody say that we'd love to have a drone. If we could get it to fly over, that'd be an awesome angle. So
Bobby's not saying I can't say it, so it is a thing. We are getting a drone.
Cool.
We're gonna have it. Hopefully we're able to use it next week, and we're excited about being able to use that, doing promotional things, not only for the athletics, because that's not all we do. We're shooting stuff for the band. We're gonna try to do plays and everything. So I know we're getting ready to get started back up here again, but we're growing by leaps and bounds.
Hey, key is stay tuned, because if you think it was good for week one, it's only going to be better and better as we go forward. So.
Yeah, I know we've had like a few little hiccups here and there, but so far they've been great, and our kids have been awesome.
Hey, one thing, I don't mean to cut you out there, Jared, but
ahead.
one thing we need to do is also we need to thank Mark Mooring for really kind of executing this vision for what this could be.
And Mr. Mooring has actually been texting our co-teacher, Bobby Alexander, the whole time, just really singing the praises of our kids and the live feed. Everything looks great, and so he's super excited about it, and that makes us excited, because we appreciate the support and we just want to put a good product out there.
Well, Jared, I appreciate your time. We're about to kick off here, so I will trade it over here to my co-partner here, Dustin Johnson. Again, I don't know if I could make it without Dustin here. He always keeps it exciting for me. So we are about to kick off. Currently, the start of the second half. The Lone Grove Longhorns currently leading 20-15 over the Davis Wolves. The Wolves will kick off to start the second half here. Again, make sure if you get an opportunity to like the Howell Group's information, they're posting it in several different places, Facebook Live, several different social media posts as well. YouTube channel is where we're broadcasting off of. Lots of really good information, a lot of really good kids and group to work with here. So what would you like to see here in the second half, Dustin?
Well, obviously we've got to just clean up our play. I don't think that Lone Grove's done anything. Of course, the onside kick and the long pass at the beginning, erase that off the board, and we're even.
I think I expect a good second half here. I think both teams made some mistakes. I think if whichever team kind of cleans some of that up was going to come out with a win in this game.
Yeah, we've kind of seen the best and the worst of things right here in this first half.
So Diego Moore for the Wolves lines up to kick the kickoff. Ball comes down about the 20-yard line. It's fielded by number 2. Number 2 gets an edge. He's got some room. It's at the 35-40. Comes down at about the – the ball comes out at the end. Let's see if they mark him down.
Oh, they're saying he was down.
Looks like they're going to mark him down at about the 45-yard line. Nice return that time by that young man. Good wall was set up there. Actually, it looks like it's going to be, 45-yard line is where they're going to mark him. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Longhorns with their first drive of the second half. Currently leading 20-15. Ball's going to be at their own 45-yard line. Quarterback lines up in shotgun formation. Handoff goes again to number 4, who's really been the workhorse. Two kids miss the initial tackle there. Good job by him of kind of stringing it out, picking up what he could. It was played fairly well by the defense there, but eventually ends up picking up about 8 yards on that run.
Well, that kid gets the most out of his blockers.
He did. He looked good running the ball. So the ball's marked down at the Davis 48-yard line. Run straight up the middle there for very little gain. Good job by the interior of the Wolf line there to kind of shut that down before it ever got started. So it's going to be 3rd and short here, 3rd and 2, I believe.
Yep, Lone Grove snapping the ball, and we're standing around. Let's go. They
hard count there. They attempted to draw Davis offsides. Davis is able to stay home. And, again, ball's at the 47-yard line. Handoff goes back to 4. Again, nothing tricky there. They said, hey, we're going to 4's done a good job of gouging the Wolves at times. We're going to give the ball back to him. He's able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and I really don't think there's like a set hole left or right for him to be called. They're just handing the ball deep.
It looks like they're saying find the hole.
He literally reads the hole.
So ball's at the 43-yard line for the Wolves. Quarterback's going to run a little option play here. Pitch goes out to 4. Ball is on the ground. Again, good job there of a nice hit by the Davis Wolves to knock that ball free. Now, the Longhorns are able to recover, but it's going to spot the ball all the way back. Again, nice initial run, but the ball's going to be moved back to what looks like the, I want to say the 47-yard line again. It'll be 2nd and 14 for the Longhorns.
Yeah, it was a good hit. I think that may have been Cole Martin come up and stuck that ball carrier.
This time, quarterback's going to fakes the handoff to 2, keeps up the middle, minimal game there, picks up a couple. Good job that time by, looks like all 3 of Webb, Parker, and Dulaney, I believe. Was Moore also in there?
Maybe
Moore's played a lot at that. I was not expecting to see him as much as I have. He's played well. So 3rd and 12 from the 46-yard line. Fake little play action pass. Ball goes to number 5. And that is going to be a touchdown. I'll tell you what, that was not played very well by our defense, unfortunately.
Just a 10-yard stop route.
Way too much space, and then once he got the ball, some missed tackles, and you look up, and they're in the end zone.
Yep. We played good on 3 out of 4 downs and then let them loose.
So on a 3rd and 12 play, that's going to be a touchdown, a 46-yard touchdown. Again, a 46-yard TD pass. That's going to move the score to 26-15. Longhorns line up to kick the extra point. Snap is up, the kick is up, and the kick looks like it's good. That's going to move the score to 27-15. Longhorns with 9:29 to go in the 3rd quarter. So Longhorns are able to come out of halftime here, kind of extend that on that long 46-yard touchdown pass.
Well, I tell you what, it's just we've kind of seen it before. We're playing good defense or running the ball. We kind of figure out some of that stuff up the middle. 3rd and 12, they run a little stop route. We got to do a better job of tackling. We got to get closer to those receivers.
Yeah, got it. Way too much room for him to catch that ball. I understand you don't want to get beat over the top, and again, but unfortunately, if you're going to catch it, if you're going to let them catch it with that much space,
yeah, you got to be fundamental in tackling.
If you are unfundamental on that, they're going to take it to the house, because again, a kid with that kind of quickness, he's going to be hard to stay in. When he's got a full head of steam, it's going to be very difficult to keep up with him. So the Wolves now line up to kick receive the kick. Again, Moore and McGahey back to receive. Short kick's going to hit about the 20-yard line. And the ball is down again. Fielded was kind of lackadaisical in the way that was fielded, and squirted out. He's lucky to get back on that. That's almost the exact same position as the one in the first half.
Yeah, I saw the up back point to him that time. He had all the signal he needed. Come up there and get the ball. He got a decent bounce.
So we've been fortunate on 2 of those.
I still think that up back
now
needs to take that, though. The deep back's having to come running, full speed. Up back, just take it and get what you can get.
So Davis takes over. They'll have 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Currently trailing 27-15 to the Longhorns. Wolves come out in the full house wishbone. Martin with a hand up straight up the middle, and there is a gapping hole there that time. I mean, he had a lot of room to run. That's Parker with the hand up, or Parker. Sorry if I could talk. Parker running the ball right up the middle, picks up about 10 on that carry. See, it looks like they're going to give him 8, so we'll say 2nd and 2. Ball's currently at the 33-yard line.
Big hole.
Good
job, offensive line.
Yeah, that was a great job. Okay, another handoff to the fullback there. That time, Lone Grove was not fooled by the play, and I'll tell you what, there just wasn't much to get on that play.
Yeah.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Ball still at the 33-yard line, so it's going to be no gain.
Let's go execute the play.
So Martin under center, full house wishbone behind him. Handoff goes to the fullback. Fullback rumbles forward. I'll tell you what, that was Cooper Webb with the carry. Nice hole up front again. Nice job by Cooper, kind of getting to that second level and kind of punishing the guy that made the tackle. He looked like he didn't want to. He looked like he had to make the tackle.
Yeah.
He sure didn't want to do it.
Yeah. He's going to get better at it, but as soon as he gets through that initial hole, he's got to get his head up and get his eyes up, and we don't mind him running over people, but every now and then you might make a cut and pick up some more yards.
We've got one Wolf player down on the field. It looks like it might be a cramp or a leg-related injury. Looks like it's Justin Ross. And again, looks like the area that they're working on looks like it might be cramp. It's I can tell you up here in the press box, it's been humid up here. I'm sure it's even more so down on the field. So again, scores 27-15 with 8:12 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
We have a sponsor. We have a PT. No, PT Central's our red zone.
Yep, PT Central's our red zone. So we do have an injury timeout that's going on currently. Again, if you'd like to sponsor the injury timeout, get a hold of the Wolf Media, and I bet we could make that happen. So again, Ross looks like he's okay. He's walking off the field on his own accord, so that's always a good sign. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wolves. Ball is going to be at the 40-yard line, their own 40.
Take a moment here while we've got a little bit of time. I do want to recognize just the Wolves coaching staff. If you're not aware, Coach Greg Parker is the head coach. Trey Owens, Tom Schilling, Kevin Martin, Brent Dean, Hunter Fullerton, and Dakota Blackwell.
So again, like to just tell those gentlemen thank you for all they do for the school and the community. And again, I know it's football is everybody loves you when you're winning. They don't like you when you're losing. So that's a hard job to do. So Martin back under center. Handoff goes to the fullback there again. Webb goes forward. He has got dragged 2 guys there for a couple yards. Nice run again. If we can continue to establish the fullback, it's going to make a long night for that defense because, again, there's another about, I'd say, a 7 or 8 yard gain on that first down play. Again, on a straight belly dive right there by the fullback.
Yeah, again, establishing the fullback. We just haven't been able to break one outside, for a big gain. We've been able to get 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe a first down here and there, but we want to see one for about 20.
So ball at the 48-yard line. Martin hands off this time to the the tailback, and that is looks like I believe
8.
that was number 8, which I'm not familiar with.
Number 8 is.
Looks like number 8 is, how about Lathan Dickinson? Lathan Dickinson's first high school carry. Mr. Dickinson is, it looks like Lathan is a sophomore, 5'6", 135 pounds. So getting some good varsity minutes right now for Latham. So the ball is now on the Lone Grove side of the field. It's on their 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Martin under center. Gives to the halfback, number 8, Latham again. Just kind of riding that guy as we're going. Latham, very short gain that time. Picks up a couple.
Looks like we have both 8 and 9 in the backfield there. Looks like number 8, Latham, we talked about him, Dickinson, and also Tucker Miller.
Both of them in a full house backfield that time.
Yep, 2 sophomores.
So, again, that's always a sign of good things to come there. Okay, so it's going to be 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line now. 27-15, Longhorns lead with 6:30 to go in the third quarter. Martin under center. Handoff goes to the fullback. Again, that time it was Parker, Dane Parker. Dane's able to, a nice run that time, kind of some initial trash there. He's able to run through and kind of pick up what he can. Good run that time. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Ball's at the 43-yard line. 2 new halfbacks checking back into the game. Looks like 7 and 22. So we are now on the Lone Grove side of the field.
That would be Toby Talaferro and Drew Parks.
Again, we're at 3rd and 5 here. I would think this, again, if for some reason we're unable to pick up the first down, I would think we're going to at least be consider going for it where we're at. But we prefer just get the first down right here. So Martin does keep the ball. Looks like he is going to get the first down. Nice run that time, just kind of picking up what he could. Nice job by the tailbacks getting out in front of him, leading on. There is a Longhorn player down. He's now getting back up. He looked like he might have got pancaked that play, so he was a little slow to get back up.
Somebody down, maybe a Wolf too.
Yep, looks like maybe somebody's down on this side. He is a Wolf. I can see the red through the, there's a bunch of players on the sideline, so we're kind of having a hard time making out who that player is. So again, we've got 2 or 3 different coaches running over here. So let's see what we've got going on. It is a Wolf player that is down on the sideline. So again, it's going to be 1st and 10 when we come back here. Ball on the Lone Grove 36. The Wolves with possession of the ball, currently trailing 27-15. And again, lot of coaches around that young man. Let's hope that it's not a serious injury. Okay, so it looks like they are helping the young man up. It was Cole Martin, and that's a gentleman that I'd hate to lose. He is walking off on his own accord, so that's a good sign.
Appreciate the sportsmanship by the Lone Grove coaching staff as well. They were right there.
So again, we'll see who comes in at quarterback here. So again, I'm curious to see where that will go to. It looks like
I expect to see probably Delaney.
That's kind of what I was expecting. Yeah, and it does look like Dulaney's out there right now, so I agree with you. It looks like Martin's going to go to the sideline. Dulaney is the quarterback. He's out there with Mr. Owens currently getting the play call. Ball's at the 36-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10. So 5:42 to go in the third quarter. Wolves here are on a pretty good drive. Started at their own 25-yard line. It's already consisted of around 9 plays, so it's been a pretty good drive so far. It's at the 36 currently. This one looks like it's going to come down to the end. We can put another score on the board and get a stop. This could get real exciting.
Yep. One really long pass, over the top of our head, and, one in front of us. Difference in this game right now.
So here we go. This is where the Wolves running the ball usually starts to pay some dividends. People start holding, they kind of hang their arms a little bit and start resting on their knees a little bit more. So we'll see if that is the impact, if that is in fact what we see. A lot of different tailbacks that time. I'm assuming to keep these kids fresh. Again, it is Davis's first game of the season. Lone Grove, it's only their second game, but they do have one already on the books where they were able to win 49-13. So Dulaney is the quarterback. He's under center. Full house Wishbone lines up behind him. Parks being the fullback with Talafero, and handoff does go to. Let's see, I couldn't really tell who got the ball there. It did Parks. Go to the up back, so it was Parks.
Yeah, Parks the fullback, and they just read the play that time. A lot of times we don't block the nose guard, and we're hoping he runs by, or we go the opposite direction that he's moving to. And that time he ran right into the play.
Loss of 1 that time is going to bring up 2nd and 11 from the 37. So Dulaney stays in at quarterback. So ball goes back to Parks. This time much better hole right off tackle. Nice job of picking up some positive yardage there.
Yeah, it was wrapped up, real quick last play, and this play he hit the hole, moving quick, and I like to see that.
A little bit more of a seam that time. Good job by the tight end kicking out and the tackle blocking down, kind of creating that seam right off tackle.
Yep, that could be Tomlinson and Moore maybe over there on that left side.
So it's going to be 3rd and 4 from the 32-yard line. So again, we are certainly in what would be fourth down area now if we aren't able to get it on 3rd. Bumbles,
he just bobbled the snap.
It kind of caught our timing off. Handoff went to number 8. Number 8.
That's Latham.
That's Latham. He is dropped for a loss, and it's going to put us in a fourth down position now. So it's going to be 4th and 4 from the 32-yard line. So again, they're going to mark it as no gain.
Looked like he kind of came from the backside that time. He wasn't in front of the play. He was behind the play and kind of caught him from behind.
So 13, Zach Mann runs the play in from the sidelines. He lines up at split end on the far side of the field. So on 4th down, the quarterback does keep. He rolls forward, and I'll tell you what, let's see where they mark it.
Lone Grove coaches feel like they've held.
They feel like they held. I think it was pretty close, so we'll see where they mark it. It was a nice job by the quarterback that time of making, getting what he could, attempting to get the first down. We'll see where they mark it. Had to get to the 32. It is. I'll tell you what. It is going to be a spot because it looks like it is. I can't tell if it's a little short or if it's right on the 32, but it's close one way or the other.
Yeah, Colin did a pretty good job. Kind of stutter stepped at first and let some blocking take place, and then got what he could get. Might have needed just another half a step.
Looks to me like it may be a little short. We'll see. It'll be a turnover on downs if it is. Okay, let's see where they mark it.
Yeah, it's short.
Yeah, it's going to be. Looks like it's going to be about about length of the football short there. So it is going to be a turnover on downs. Lone Grove will get the ball back. Ball's going to be spotted on the 32-yard line. So it'll be Lone Grove ball with 3:36 to go here in the third quarter. Currently leading 27-15 over the Davis Wolves.
$12 points. We can't give up any more.
Yep, need to stop right here. The game is still within our reach, but we don't want to climb from too big of a hole.
Got to make a defensive stand, get a turnover, get a quick score, block a punt.
So here we go. Lone Grove back in the shotgun formation. Quarterback hands off to this time it was number 22. Same play that 4 had ran several times earlier. And again, nice play. Too much yardage on first down. Got some extracurricular again going on here with looks like there is another flag down on the field. I'm afraid this is another personal foul. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked odd.
Lone Grove is pointing.
Just like two guys kind of got hung up and somebody got in the way or something. I'm not sure.
Lone Grove is pointing that it is on the Wolves. And again, looks like we're having a couple substitutions here. Looks like Webb is out. In is now going to be number 56, which is Claxton, if I'm not mistaken. No,
56 is Levi Baxter.
Okay,
Claxton's 59.
So here is the call. They did call a dead ball personal foul on the Wolves. I'm thinking it might be on Webb since he got pulled over and coaches were talking to him.
Yeah, there was something. Yeah,
so I don't know exactly what happened there.
I'll have to watch the replay myself, but I don't think that one was.
But anyway, it works. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Lone Grove. At the 48-yard line. So handoff goes to number 22. 22 is this time he's met right in the hole, and we've got another flag that came down. This one was in the general vicinity of holding, so we'll see what they call here. But again, good stop that time by the defense, getting a lot of penetration and bringing the ball carrier down in the backfield. It looks like for a loss.
Yeah, they gave 22 a couple of shots at it there, and then they're going to bring 4 back in. 22 for Lone Grove is J.J. Barnes. Again, 4 is Cooper Robinson. He's the young man that's gotten so much yardage.
So the penalty is on Lone Grove. They're trying to decide if they're going to accept the penalty or decline it. It is a holding call. They are going to accept it, so that's going to move the ball back. So they are going to place the ball on the 38-yard line. So the balls went all the way back to the 38. It's going to be 3rd and 20, I believe, at the 38. They've got to get to the 39-yard line to pick up the first down. So handoff goes to 4. 4 again has got just that straight inside handoff. Picks up a couple that time, but better job that time by the defense of staying home and playing that for a short gain. Okay, so they did mark that as first down, so it was a dead ball foul. So that is going to now be 2nd and 19 is what that's going to bring it to. Okay, so that the Ball goes to number 4. 4 is brought down in the backfield that time. Really good job by the defense. That's going to be a loss. So it is now 3rd and 21 at the 40-yard line. They are on the Lone Grove side of the field.
Lone Grove hasn't had much success going, left and right. They do a lot better job going up the middle.
So 1:40 to go here in the third quarter. Fake to the halfback. Some pressure on the quarterback, and he is going to be sacked for a loss. Good job that time by big number 78, which I believe is 78 is Greg Billy, if I'm not mistaken. It is.
Yes.
Greg Billy. That big guy is not one that I would want to be sacked by, and he did a good job of kind of chasing the quarterback down and
not
bringing
giving
him
up.
down for a loss.
Yep, good job in the secondary that time. We were close enough to the guys that he didn't want a chance throwing the football, and we got us a sack.
So Lone Grove sets up to punt the ball back to the Wolves. The Wolves are going to have just under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Currently trailing 27-15 to the Longhorns. Punter lines up at around the well, it looks like about the 15-yard line. Punt's gonna be a good punt. Good. It takes kind of a sideways bounce. It's going to be marked down at around the 42-yard line. The Wolves are going to take over at the 42-yard line, trailing 27-15.
Good field position here at midfield, but there's just 36 seconds left in the third quarter. We're going to have to do something with the ball. We just haven't been a quick strike offense. We haven't shown that yet. Maybe we'll get to see it here in the fourth quarter. I'd just soon take one long drive and one quick one and put 14 up on the board.
So Dulaney back in at quarterback. So Martin's injury, I don't know the significance of it, but it looks like that Dulaney may be leading the way for maybe the rest of this game. I guess we will find out. So Dulaney at quarterback, Full House Wishbone lines up behind him. Parks is the fullback. He's got a handoff goes to, I believe that was number 9.
Yep, that's Tucker Miller.
Tucker Miller with Latham also in on that play. So nice gain on first down. Picks up around 4 yards. Ball's going to be spotted at the 45-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
Tomlinson in motion over to the left side.
Trying to get the snap off here before the quarter ends. Handoff goes to the number 8 that time, which is Latham, I believe.
Yep.
Latham's going to be a little bit short of that first down, but needs to go about 1 yard. So that's going to be the end of the third quarter. It's going to be third and around 1 at the 50-yard line. The Wolves currently trailing Longhorns 27-15. So again, need to extend a drive. Ball is at midfield. Wolves do possess the ball. So. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. The ball spotted at the 50-yard line. So need to see some stops here in the fourth quarter so we can get back in this game and see if we can make the ending exciting here. So again, the Wolves have had pretty good luck from a season opening perspective. Since 1999, they are 19-1 in season openers. So again, looking to build on that. The one loss, one loss was to Tuttle in 2015. So the Wolves will line up at just about midfield, 3rd and 1 right here. So handoff goes to number 8, Latham, and I'll tell you what, Latham did a good job at just
spin and get the first down.
Yeah, I was going to say, he got hit in the backfield. He was able to spin and fall forward just enough to pick up the first down. And they do give him a first down on it. The ball's going to be placed at around it looks like the 48-yard line, now on the Lone Grove side of the field. They're going to mark it at the 49-yard line. Wolves hurry to the line of scrimmage. Dulaney under center. Dulaney with the handoff to number, is that Talafero? Number 7, Talafero. He did a good job getting outside, kind of getting that edge, being brought down, but not before he's able to pick up some positive yardage there. Picks up the first down and more. Looks like they're going to mark him down at the 31-yard line, so that went from the 49 all the way to the 31, so good pickup there. So Talafero is substituted out. Back in is Latham and number 9. Dulaney hands up the middle, this time to the fullback. Fullback is number 22, Parks, and he's stopped for a short gain. Number 9 there is Tucker Miller, was the other individual back at halfback there. So Miller and Latham will continue to be in the backfield. They're joined back there by fullback Cooper Webb.
Yes, coming back in the game for Drew Parks, giving him a breather.
So 2nd and 8 from the 29-yard line. Again, 10:57 to go in the ball game. Wolves currently trailing 27-15, but are deep in the Lone Grove territory. Handoff goes this time to the to halfback. See which one that is. Number 9 again. Miller just didn't have a whole lot of space to go anywhere there with that handoff. Just wasn't a lot there. Was able to pick up.
Yeah, lowered his head. He actually did a pretty good job. I mean, it took 5 or 6 of them to turn him back the other direction.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. The ball is at the 27-yard line now. Again, I would think we are in 2-down territory.
Yep, we've got to make this possession count.
So some substitutions are taking place on the field currently. In comes 13 man.
Zach Mann.
He splits to the wide side of the field. Full house is lined up behind Dulaney. Dulaney this time, handoff goes to the fullback. Good job with the fullback making the initial defender miss, but still not a lot there. He's met by a gang tackle by a group of people after making the initial man miss. Good job by Webb of getting everything he could. There just wasn't a lot to get there, and it's going to bring up fourth and about 5.
Yeah, well, they're going to give him some forward progress there. I think it's going to be a little bit less than that.
Oh, they are going to give him more than what I anticipated there. Still going to be, it looks like, to be 3rd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
I believe it's fourth down.
It is 4th down, but they've got it listed as at the 35-yard line. That's not correct. It's actually at the 24-yard line is where the ball is currently at. So 27-15, 9 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the ball game. The Wolves currently trailing the Longhorns 27-15. Again, we'd like to take just a second to, again, thank our sponsors. We've got the PT Central Red Zone, Mac Trailer Scoring Recap, Jones Jeweler Sideline Report, Mike Hellick Chevrolet, Sooner Pharmacy, Hilltop Animal Health, CNC Army National Guard. Again, we'd like to thank all those sponsors for making this broadcast take place, and again, thank those individuals if you should visit their businesses. Again, thank you, sponsors, for producing our broadcast.
And no, sponsoring Davis Wolf football. You're sponsoring this Davis Howell group of kids that are producing this show, running the cameras, doing the work, coming in early, setting all up, taking it all down. I don't know feet of cables. We need to have somebody figure out how many feet of cables we've got stretched all over this Lone Grove press box. And
you know, it really does take an army to do that, because, you know, there's 11 or 12 kids currently all working at the game currently to get So 4th and 4, big down here for the Wolves. Ball is currently at the 4-yard line. .19-yard line. The scoreboard still shows it at the 35, but
Good job left side of the day.
now. Ball remains on the 19-yard line, so we are within the PT Central points. So again, that's bring up a pickup of about 5 yards there. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Ball is again in the PT Central red zone now at the 19-yard line. So full house. Wishbone lines up behind Dulaney at quarterback.
Talifero and
Dulaney looks to throw. Nice throw, nice pass attempt, but a better job that by the defender, just kind of jumping up and knocking that ball away from Talifero on what looked like what was going to be a completion.
Yep, little halfback hot route here to the left, and the ball hung in the air just a little bit, and just as Toby was bringing it in, the defender slapped it away. Got to drill that one in there.
Nice recovery there after the kind of the awkward first pass, though. That was a much better looking pass. No, I think he's got to put a little more zip on it, and probably with experience that will happen. Much better looking pass, just a better job by the defender kind of breaking that up.
Yeah.
Hung up just a little bit, and that's all it needed to happen. So on 4th and 10, they are going to go for it from the 19-yard line.
Lone Grove decides to call a timeout here with Tyler Tomlinson split wide left.
And again, they were lined back up in the flexbone formation there, so you would think that is they're probably going to look to put that ball in the air. We'll find out after this quick timeout. And 27-15 with 7:44 to go here in the fourth quarter, so this game is quickly getting close to being over. We need to capitalize on this
And make a
this
stand.
series and then make a stand and see what
3 and out, and we get back in the game.
If we're able to do that, it's going to take some breaks.
We've got to convert this 4th down first.
So 7:44 to go.
And if you don't, then you got to create that turnover quick.
And 4th and 10, that's obviously a series that 4th and 10, obviously it benefits the defender. You know, you got to go away. So,
I don't know, I haven't kept track, but we haven't had too many 10, 11-yard plays tonight. We've had a lot of 7, 8, 9s early in that first half with fullback, but I think Talaferro may have got one here in the second half around here to this left side. So we'll see what we've got.
So this is where we need one right here. So again, line up in the flex one formation. Dulaney fakes the quick pitch, and I'll tell you what, there's all kinds of pressure up the middle of the field. Just missed on the block up front, and he has no chance on the play action pass, and he is dropped for a loss.
Hunter McKenzie, a 5'9", 185-pound junior, defensive back.
So it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Looks like they just brought the house right up the middle, and we didn't block enough of them.
So turnover on down flips back to Lone Grove on offense. Now they will take the ball over at the 27-yard line. Currently leading 27-15.
Just put ourselves in a bad spot, 3rd and 10, 4th and 10. That's just not Davis's game.
We had a couple good drives deep in their territory, and unfortunately they both came up, one in the first half, one in the second half. Both of them came up empty. So Lone Grove lines up in the shotgun formation. Handoff goes to the tailback. Tailback is dropped that time at a relatively short gain. That is 4 again at tailback. It's going to pick up around 2 yards on that play.
Yeah, I think Cooper Webb ended up making that play. Had 2 blockers on him and making the tackle at the same time.
It looks like they gave him a little bit more than what I anticipated. They marked it as a 2nd and 5, so they gave him a lot more than what I thought he actually picked up.
Oh, yeah, it's not that on the field. That's just on the scoreboard.
So handoff goes again to 4. This time again is able to pick up positive yardage. Fairly good job that time by the defense of limiting what he was able to pick up. It's going to be short of first down. It's going to bring up 3rd down. And again, this time it looks like I would say it's in the 3rd down and 3 range. Ball's going to be placed at the Lone Grove 36-yard line.
You can make a stop right here, make them punt football.
So a handoff goes to the upback there. The upback slips. We've got a late flag that comes in, so we'll see where that flag is. They threw it towards the line of scrimmage, which to me is typically going to be indicative of holding, but on the back side of the play.
Was on the back side. That number 4 carrying the ball again that time? Boy, the guy's slippery. Makes us look bad.
Penalty is a holding on Lone Grove, so that play was so they're going to reject the penalty, and they're going to actually take the call, and it's going to place the ball on 4th down. They were unable to pick up the first down. It was a fairly good job by 4 there, picking up what he could, but he just was after that initial bobble, he just couldn't pick up enough yardage because it looked like the yardage was there to get.
Don't jump off sides here. They're going to go for it. Come
so
on,
they
defense.
are going to go for it on 4th and 2. They're at their own. They're at their own. Man,
Do
they're
not
at their
jump
own
off
36-yard
sides.
line.
Do not jump off sides. Same play right up the middle. Boom.
Ooh, and I'll tell you what. I think we stopped them.
Yep. They gave
We'll
a
see
good
where
shot.
they spot it.
What, 70 off the pile there?
We'll see where they spot him. It's close.
It's going to be very close.
So they will continue with possession of the ball. The ball is at the 38-yard line. Back four makes first couple men miss. He's still on his feet. He's an explosive player. I'll tell you what, we've had no answer for him this game, that young man.
Yeah, and like I said, they're just kind of getting a hat on a hat and letting him pick and choose. And we're going with a 3-man front, and we're not getting as much linebacker feel as quickly as we'd like.
So he's
that kid gets through the hole and makes about 2 moves before the next guy even.
5'9", 161-pound junior is kind of he's had his way with the Wolf defense. Forward, and this time there is a shot at the end because it looks like they've got this game wrapped up.
But prior to that, was actually Lone Grove in 1996, and that is the Longhorns' only win in this series.
So the penalty is going to move the Longhorns back. The ball's going to be spotted on the 44-yard line. So they move from the 36 all the way back to the 44. It's going to be 1st and 19. Handoff goes to number 4, who's brought down after a short gain. Number 4 is going to have to take a long ice bath tomorrow.
Yeah, he's been a workhorse.
He's been their workhorse.
Lone Grove's a lot. Impressed me here tonight. They were able to kind of withstand the Wolves' retaliations and kind of take this game over. Just utilizing that one play right up the middle, pull a guard tackle and send him through the center.
Yep, and they're
going to keep this in perspective. This is a pre-district game.
again. Are back. It is minute